Well, here we go. Nuke was picked the other day against EG by Team Liquid. They got trounced. They lost that map. They lost that series. So we'll see if they can pick it up here this time around versus Furia.
Liquid starting on that T side, obviously it was their map pick. Furia opting for that CT side. I think we're live with the pistol. We see some armors being bought out. Keisrado only one so far on that CT side with nades. We have two sets of nades actually on this Liquid side. 2 flashbangs and 2 smokes. And then 2 P250 drops. That goes to the hands of Twist and Naf here. And it's an outside push. I love these rounds when you buy P250. These are very long distance duels that you're getting with the P250s. Even body shots, obviously armor pen is a little bit better compared to the crappy Glocks on long distance. And they're down with still 1 smoke and 2 flashbangs in their name.
And not a single CT downstairs quite yet. Oh! Stewie gets a barrel of a USP put into his eyeball. And now we get some rotation from Ramp Room. 2 players are here. Henny and Keisrado trying to duel. Bomb is going to go down. It's going to get planted. So we have a retake scenario on our hands. And Elige is going to set up a crossfire with Naf for this play. And Twist goes down next. They've taken the attention. Oh, it never springs. The trap never does its work in close-up. Nitro goes down. It's all Elige. 1 versus 3. He needs something quick. Not going to happen.
Whoa, this round, I mean, Liquid were so in position. They made it down to the lower bomb side. I thought they had full control of the situation, but Furia, every single kill they got, they were not letting go of W. They were on the run. You saw it there with Stewie with the door opening, Vinny just swinging in his face. These were some nice shots from Furia that really enabled them to get this retake happening.
Yeah, and even setup-wise, I mean, we see here, Liquid is actually in a really good spot for the retake also, but because Furia not letting go of W, and a lot of members there as well, willing to trade, willing to take the fight. It's a nice retake. And I feel like they had to get a move on there. Obviously, not a lot of nades for the retake also, and just, as Jason pointed out, they didn't even have a single member downstairs waiting for him. And this is a buy. We got the plant from Liquid. Very common nowadays on that T side to buy up on the second round if you get the bomb plant, and we just compare the buys, right? And it's just very equal to the CT buy. It's a very strong secondary round.
It's actually a lot of utility as well. Question is, how does Liquid put it into play, especially if Furia is going to keep control of Nuke lobby?
Yeah, this is just very nice initial play here from Furia. Just a lot of space created. It's a minute left on the clock here.
They completely smoked off Art.
Yeah, well, they got Keisrado at least gathering information. Fast pace towards Ramp Room. Open space duel won by Stewie on the entrance. That's Henny to fall down. Twist is going to be left with the Deagle just to lurk. There's a lot of defense that's rotated here as well. So Liquid, they might want to be cautious about this. Bomb is going to lead the way, and with that Deagle, Nitro's got that kill. Bomb drops, but at least they're starting to take over the site, and now the AK is being put into play by Stewie again.
Ooh, blowing that door. Stewie, he is holding it, so the bomb will get to go down, and right now, Furia look like they're going to be saving. Wow, this was such a good response from Liquid. We were worried about that crossfire, and it was such a strong crossfire as well for Furia, taking over that lobby. But Liquid's response with the utility they had, they just smoked out Art, made him just irrelevant within the round. That intel just makes that crossfire weakened, and they just take over ramp. This was a quick reaction, and we've been talking about those decisive quick reactions coming out of Liquid, and man, it is paying off for them today.
Yeah, and even there, we saw in the beginning of that round for Liquid, it wasn't a lobby standard, so as soon as they make the call of, hey, let's just go inside again, you know, we can go, if we get something in the lobby, that's great, but like you mentioned, Christine, just really good usage of the utility. You don't have to take the fight every single time, you don't have to clear every single corner, you can utilize the smokes, you can utilize mollies and flashes early as well, just to cover some spots. And as I'd mentioned there, that was a... Liquid ended up losing the pistol round, won, or got the bomb down at least, buys there, and it's a really strong buy. And because the AKs and obviously a lot of utility there on the Liquid side as well. It's a very nice round. And was it one saved weapon only from the Furia end?
Ooh, that's actually almost won by Art. Elige did not win that as clean as he would have liked and loses the follow-up battle. Henny playing at an off angle. Oh, look at this stack. Look at this crossfire. Stewie and Naf are going to deal with it so well until a fourth player arrives. That is impossible to read, the amount of bodies that you would have just encountered there.
And Naf, he knows, but Queserado's lost track of where Naf could be, and he's so low, but he's also so sweaty. He's just hiding in the smoke. Oh man, Queserado.
He could smell the sweat.
He could smell the sweat in that instance.
It's just dripping.
Yeah. You know, yeah, once again, I mean, that crossfire, it was so strong for Furia, but I think the wrong kills came for them, and it just fell apart, unfortunately. But fortunately for Liquid, I mean, they're able to handle it.
Not a lot of money on the Furia side here. Queserado are going to save this AK. It's going to be another eco. But again, another solid start here from Liquid on that T side. I am liking this new kind of Liquid, the T side, the aggression. They're just not giving a lot of team space. We're really kind of starting to see, I feel like, a little bit of that Stewie 2K calling being more and more incorporated.
I think you're starting to see some of the confidence and swagger come back with how assertive this is. And I mean, it's not permanent. We still see Liquid, you know, some games they look like this, some games they're a little bit flat, but I mean, it's nice to see it come back where you can see they have that confidence in their individual level at the moment. So, man, Furia's got a tough job to do to slow this train down. When it gets rolling on the Team Liquid side, we've seen what they can do when everyone is feeling real comfortable. Awkward timing for the smoke, and a better follow-up kill from Stewie again. 2 frags, and even gonna make it across it. Okay, he's lost his mind. I'm fine with it. It's fun. And there goes Vinny as well. And now caught out in the open is Art. Furia just not have a grasp on where Liquid is running around on this map.
And not just a grasp in that, but even their money, man. They felt like they had to force into this round because they don't want to let the CT side just get out of control. But now they're broke once again. I mean, Art, he only had a scout. We had 2 MP9s in that round, so it was a scrappy buy, a scrappy round, and Liquid, they handle it with ease.
One of the things that was so fun for me to watch when Liquid won that Grand Slam was just how individually strong they were. Every time they went to take a duel, they just got the headshot. And we kind of see, Jason, you pointed out last round, like, it kind of feels like they're getting back into their groove. Like, how often do you see, you know, like, the Liquid play just snap the headshots the way we've seen on the last 2 maps there, and it's all of them. Everyone is super crispy, everyone's getting their shots. You know, Nitro, even the flick here gets the trade and stuff like that. You know, it's all... I don't know, I feel like, yeah, you're probably right in that sense. I feel like they're definitely getting back their mojo a little bit.
A little bit.
We're still, you know, like, because of, you know, the current landscape and stuff like that, we have obviously had split regions. We haven't seen Liquid play the Europeans in quite some time now. Same thing goes for, you know, the Furia. Same thing goes for the EGs and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't want to say it just yet. Versus the North American side, at least. Does seem like Liquid we're starting to pick up their pace again, at least, the groove.
Don't fully believe it yet, though, Jason. You know, I said it day one. I said Liquid are back, and then they broke my heart with MIBR. Or was it EG?
Potter, I've been on this Liquid train since like 2016.
Yeah, so you're used to it.
I've been through all the ups and downs.
Okay.
I've been to the lowest of the lows, the highest of the highs.
Everything in between. All the drama as well.
Yep.
It's just been a wild ride for North America.
North American Counter-Strike is always a wild ride. It's a fun one, but it's wild. Got to make sure you're buckled in at all times. Freeze time coming down, going into round 6. 3-round lead for Team Liquid.
It's a good buy here, though. Up on Art. Let's pay attention to where he's going. He's number 4. He's going into Mini, taking a peek towards that squeaky area. I was gonna say it looks to fall down, but I actually think that's pretty cute. Goes down vents. Come back up again. And I love just the preparation from Liquid here, right? You even see the Expo Flash as well. You see that it's like a little bit of a one-way smoke also. You're ready for it. And Art goes down again. And it's again Furia on that 4 versus 5 deficit. And this is usually when we kind of see some CT aggression, kind of trying to retake some control, trying to go for an entry somewhere, or at least maybe gamble on one of the bomb sites. Vinny actually does take out NAF. They are in the same area there in the squeaky room. So even the information is called there from Vinny of like, hey, they're still in lobby, you know, like watch out, we don't have to fall back. And it's a nice little read there.
Okay.
Yeah, and that goes into, maybe even plant. I mean, sure, still very much doable. It is twist after all.
Yeah. He'd have to come up with something real special, some real magician shit to win this out in the open, and I think that was his opportunity. If he had that kill, maybe.
Yeah, or if he gets into door as well.
Yeah, the problem with going into doors, he never knew if they were coming already down secret into the vents, right? Like he has no idea. So no matter what he does, there's risk involved.
Yep. But nicely solved from Furia. 4v5. As I had mentioned, they're kind of forced to try and go for an entry there, and especially they don't have a lot of map control. So when Vinny picks up that op, that Art ended up dropping, obviously going down early. He gets a kill in the squeaky, and then for Liquid's reply there of like, hey, Vinny's over by Mini, let's just go out hot. Not expecting K-Serrado to be on that silo area. And they definitely needed that for Furia, even as well as, you know, having, I think, at least 3 guys alive. We look at the economy. It's a great buy, but not a lot of spare money. So stringing around together here would be great for Furia. Having a lot of members alive as well would be even better. Art are on the same spot again, though, as last round.
It looked like he wanted to push through that door smoke. He thinks twice of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that nade. He heard the scope, and ooh, Art, he's so low at this point.
That's not going to stop him. It's not going to slow him down. Now, the real issue for Furia, I guess for Liquid as well, there's already 2 players downstairs. Art's just dropped down vents. He's got his knife out. He has no idea. There was never any intel. There was a smoke wall up outside, so Furia should have known the possibility. And it's now Henny who's shut down as Stewie turns at the perfect time, and Furia needs to back away from this fight.
Stewie's so aware. He was going to fully clear that regardless, and so Henny was already in a pickle. And yeah, at that time, Art, I think he tunnel visioned so hard on that door, so he even lost his own timing on when the possibility was going to be that the T's could have already crossed over.
But he's right, Jason's right though, like the call that these should have been made, even if Art is just super busy by Squeaky, like someone should have at least known from Furia that a smoke wall was made, and that was like 25 seconds ago, so like not even there in terms of timing for Art. When he got down there, the smokes are gone outside, so like you should at least be mindful, especially knowing as well when we look at timing, Henny also didn't spot anyone in by ramp there, so a little bit weird, I'd say. Maybe comps are not the best currently for Furia, maybe some lack of it even. But that should not happen.
No. Honestly, I thought he was just going to post up in vents.
Yeah.
But he was feeling frisky. He was getting into it.
You probably should have left right after that scope noise, you know?
Well, a 3-round lead for Liquid. 5-2.
It's another save, or low buy from Furia at least. We have 2 pistols. Just 1 pistol actually on Yuri. Mag 7 on Henny. SMG on Art, but that's okay. Pay attention to where Art is. He will be the first one here to get some information at least. Getting the call at least that people are down lower. This is what Liquid did really well yesterday versus EG. They went lower like this, and then they kind of just bombed it. They get this kill. Nice crossfire here set up there from Furia. If Liquid would have gotten that kill, I could almost bet that they would have just exploded on the bomb sniper instead.
That's a fast peek. Nitro is like...
race car.
Yeah, he was like skateboarding down those stairs. Henny with a shotgun in dark. Oh, he's got to hope and pray some of his teammates provide him with some kind of cover, because he is not doing anything in that position with the shotgun.
But they haven't cleared him at all, and they kind of just assume that it's clear. Henny's been pretty smart about this.
Yeah, but I mean, how are you going to get into position with that shotgun? As long as Nitro can just hide and allow Elige to hold his angle.
Oh.
There's the idea. There's the information. Excuse me, it's Twist. A nice retake from Furia.
Serato even has the kit, but Yuri, he's good. He's going to stick that defuse. And yeah, I mean, man. Vinny, it seemed like when Nitro race car peeked him, it was done and dusted, but good retake once again here for Furia.
I thought Vinny was going to get that kill like 100% of the time.
I mean, he was so ready for it too.
The nice thing for Henny here is he doesn't actually get anything done in terms of kills or damage, but at least he was like the signal. At least he discovered where Twist was so his teammates could react quick enough.
And at least he can tell his teammates there's not a T here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
It's always nice when you
Don't
retake.
clear, right?
Yeah. When you clear that bomb site and you know no one's in dark, that makes you feel so much happier.
Yeah. This might be one of the strongest buys we've seen Furia so far in this first half as well. So perhaps getting a grasp into some control if they're able to win this round. So a huge round for Furia coming into this one. Henny, he's posted up with this AWP, and there's 4 members of Liquid. Surely a jiggle, 2 jumps, and Henny, he's not able to recover, but a good shot off the Twist there. And repositioning Stewie, he's on the hunt. He's not going to let go.
Well, oh my lord, the gush. Henny forced to a new angle, but that AWP is so difficult to contain. Almost a second follow-up kill. Bombs hit the ground, and they heard that door open, or they saw the door open, but the bomb needs to be recovered. And they might be able to find an escape route. Serato spots them falling back from ramp. Naf is so low with that bomb.
Good escape from Serato. Just putting more pressure on Liquid, and this is going to corral them back to lobby here. Furia should have a good idea of this. And you see Yuri, but he gets taken out really fast. And Serato's also in trouble. Nitro recovering this round. Vinny, he's stuck in vent all alone all of a sudden, but this timing, it might be on his side if he comes up right now and clears connector, but he doesn't know that. He's going towards lobby, and this might even work for him as well. Oh my god, this timing.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, this is over. There's no way you win this if you're Vinny. You spent so much time here clearing these initial angles. You're never going to be expecting one of the guys up in heaven and one in mini. I mean, these are great after plant positions.
Well, you say never, Robin.
Yeah, never say never. I mean, time is running.
Oh! Wait.
All right. All right, we're back to normal, Robin.
We're back.
You need to be really careful with the words that you choose to use in these situations.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. I feel like Liquid just had the time nailed down. You know, they kind of expect, you know, they're just not going to have the time.
All calculated.
I mean, it is a little bit sloppy, you know, like, in some sense, but sure, you know, it is a round win still.
I mean, there is an element of that, right? Nitro's just like, okay, if he's going to win, he's sticking that bomb.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he's going to stop spraying, he has to get on the bomb at that point.
Yeah.
So if he dies, he obviously knows he's gotten it. Still, a bit dicey, I will say. Someone's heart beat a little bit faster than it probably should have in that situation.
And we have to remember, that's a recovery round for Liquid. I mean, they were down numbers, and they're actually able to convert that off the back of Nitro here. Ooh, Henny with this Mag 7 again. He was out of the round that last time downstairs, but this time he finds an opening and does get traded out by Nitro.
Just smoke left here on Yuri. They have the kit at least. And Vinny is making his way lower. But Yuri goes down. Man, Liquid is just playing so well, I feel like. Even the trades there. We saw Henny gets the trade onto Squee or by ramp there. And they kind of still take their time as well. Just make sure you get the trades. And it's happening all across the map. Even here, like, you know, you see? Just crisp.
I mean, when they get the kill so early, when they get the opening so early in the rounds, right? Which, I mean, this is systemic of Furia's decision to play so aggressive and that style that they haven't been able to like adapt away from. If you're going to be aggressive and give up a kill early on in the rounds, I mean, there's just so much time for Liquid to hit the pause, and you have to make a move to figure out what's going on the map. You have to figure out a way to try and even up the score or even up the player count, and Liquid's just able to wait for it. Now, at least that round, they were themselves very aggressive towards the ramp room to trade off Henny.
It's round number 11. Art with 1 kill.
Ruh-roh.
And honestly, like if you even look at on the Vertigo, he was the top fragger, but I don't think that you would have guessed that because of how well Liquid kind of shut them down. And to Jason's point, because the gear is literally just sheer aggression, I feel like because Liquid is just super crispy aim, they're getting the trades as well.
Ooh.
Having these just ultra aggressive rounds versus Liquid, there has to be like a change of pace a little bit. It has to be like a little bit of like, hey, let's have Liquid come to us a few rounds.
That's a perfect response from Liquid as well. When you hear so many nades go outside, I mean, you count the number of nades, and even though it's not the whole team, just 2 players, I think it was, what, Naf and Nitro, pushing into the upper bomb site, even just those 2 guys being aggressive there, you know there's ground to be gained, and they handle it perfectly. 8-3.
Double ops this time coming out of Furia's side. Vinny's going to pass that over to Art. And the single op hasn't found much success. We'll see if this double does. All the important rounds that Furia has needed so far to convert, they actually haven't been able to do those huge swing rounds. And so this scoreline, it might get out of hand for Furia if they're not able to get a grasp right now in this round.
Is that a double op setup on ramp?
At ramp.
Just Henny there. No, he went
Oh,
lower,
okay.
Art. I was going to say, he started off in ramp, and I was just like, okay. But Art takes the long way around instead. But still in the defensive setup this time around from Furia with the double op setup. I like this. Good initial hold as well in terms of just information.
That would have been a huge start for Furia. Give them some breathing room. But right now, Liquid, they're going to set up these wall of smokes. And these are those nice mid-round smokes. This is going to give Liquid a lot of options, whether they want to actually go down secret or get close up to the connector. And even garage control. So this is Liquid in full control at the moment. Furia need a huge multi-kill here, either from Yuri or someone from under heaven.
Well, this is where you should start seeing Furia really start talking a little bit about what you kind of want to do here. You do still have a very nice defensive setup, but as soon as Liquid comes to this under heaven area, for Furia, you kind of have to push into lobby. You have to do something, because if you're stuck on the bomb site and they're sandwiching you everywhere, you're not going to win that fight. Vinny, nice trade dog to Naf. But Liquid has done such a good job with the spread here. They only have 2 guys outside, and everyone else, they're basically getting locked into the bomb site here now.
I can't believe that was his 2nd kill of the round. He struggled to have production just flying up the ladder, gets him his 2nd kill, eventually taken down, but they don't know the position of Henny.
Time.
This is dangerous. Twist.
No
He's
time.
got it. He saved the round. And it's a 4th for Furia.
That's still so worrisome, though, for me, still for Furia there, because we look at even positioning-wise, I'm not a fan of these positionings. So once Liquid gets under heaven, once they have garage and stuff like that, you talk about it, and on top of that, because Furia gave them way too much space there, they only had to do it with 2. So it's a perfect split. So obviously still hold around. This is a nice little end there for Henny. Not getting that kill, that would have been probably another Liquid round. But saves them with a round at least. So it's 8-4. It's a B1 rush. Really quick one from Squeaky. Vinny with 3.
Wow. The trade's just going back and forth, and Nitro, he might get 8. Oh, it just barely clips the edge of that box, and Nitro, he's going to survive. He's got an idea that Henny may have pushed down, so he's going to go lower.
Yeah, he needs to play the time. He's got 1 minute and 15 seconds. This sound cue is going to be brutal.
And you can see Henny knows that Nitro is low, too. So he switches out to even a AK here.
I don't know how Nitro wins this one. Oh, using the smoke to extinguish the Molotov, not for the bomb. Nitro has a real chance in this 1 versus 1. Low HP. That bomb is not planted in any kind of position that he's going to enjoy challenging from this angle, so I think his idea is to fight before the defuse actually comes in. Being very cautious of aggression. Henny has no kit either. So if Nitro just takes enough time, so far so good. There's the fight, and that's a win for Liquid. There's just not enough time for that defuse.
Henny using that smoke there
ruined
is
him.
really odd.
Yeah.
He also ate so much damage by doing so, and like you're saying, he doesn't have a kit, so he didn't even tap the bomb a single time. So like even for Nitro, like coming up like aggressive there.
I mean, the weird thing is, if he doesn't put the Molotov out, right, he's got like another 5 seconds as it burns to wait, and then get into the site for that 1v1, and then he puts the smoke down and waits for his own smoke to disappear, so he, eats 17 more seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
It's a bit... Let's say questionable.
Odd.
Let's say questionable.
Questionable. I feel like that's a good word to describe Furia this whole series. I feel like they've had the one gear, but haven't really had any success with it, and...
Oh.
Swag 7 on Arc.
That's okay. Let's everybody calm down. The shotgun at that range.
He did 50 damage.
Just pumping away, hoping and praying. Henny's going to wrap around towards the door, and he actually might be able to find Nitro and Nav. They are in no man's land. That's a big trade, but you can't build anything on top of it. This should be a 5th round for Furia, carving out what they can for this first half.
And Furia, he spotted Stewie earlier, but almost got the timing onto Art, but Vinny's got his back. Furia, these are the rounds that they've been able to scrape by so far in this half, are these kind of weird, funky buys where they're able to really make Liquid struggle in these chaotic moments, but Liquid still, they've been in control. Oh, but I say that, and for this last round, they have no money.
Wouldn't surprise me if you try and go down Vance here, if you're Liquid with 1 or 2, but he didn't jump or drop over the bomb. It's a ramp round instead. It's a ramp rush, even. Henny misses that shot too. That's unfortunate. Forced to just fall back right off the bat. Does get a payoff. Misses a second one as well. This is going to be a little bit dicey. Gets only the first. Elish gets the trade. And they have lower bomb side as well. Oh my god, this is just all falling apart from Furia. Time to take a breath. Let's talk about the retake here with the nades that you have. Vinny goes out as well. Again, it's just by himself. 1-1-1-1-1. This is what I was talking about with the Furia thing. You know, with the style they have when it doesn't work. It does look silly at times. Oh man, what a nice last round from Liquid there. Rushes just ramp and Henny misses 2 very important kills. Not gonna get it. But yeah, that's the map number 2 first half. Let's see if Liquid can just end this with 2-0 or if Furia is gonna come back for map number 3. Let's find out after the break.
I'd love to.
Oh man, the Chipotle is spicy, and so is this game, especially if you are a Liquid fan. It's the second half, about to go live. Liquid 10-5 on that T side. And Fury are not having the best of days today. I think Liquid, just their overall approach, I think that they just have Fury are read like an open book. Trading game is on point. They're really nice using their nades smartly as well. Especially when they're retaking some map control. Been very good on that. Not giving Fury a lot of space to actually get a lot of room to get these crazy chaotic rounds going. And it's an inner bomb site play here from Furia. We have some mollies. We have 2 mollies actually. One of them missed. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't think it necessarily matters though, because none of the Liquid players are actually on that hot site. And it's going to be a very fast retake. This is very common in Europe, especially. You're going to see the one pop flash from heaven and then all drop down on the site. And that's exactly what happens. Ooh. This is always so successful, even in Europe. You see there, it took 2 seconds for the retake. And the reason why is because Furia comes in. They're not ready for the retake from heaven with 3 guys. Normally in Europe, for example, you tend, for example, let's say you plan towards mini instead. So you kind of lock down the choke of when they kind of just drop down the way that Liquid did. The other one you do is you play a lot of anti-flash. But instead here, you see the positioning from the Furia players. This is the dream state for Liquid. You have 2 guys drop down on site. The crosshair placement from these Furia guys will obviously be focused on these guys. Overall, just a fantastic retake. Bomb down at least from Furia. We will see a buy. 2 AKs, 1 SMG. And I talk about these buys a lot, but I mean, it's basically identical to the CT1.
Art already putting pressure out the door. It's already been blown. But he misses. Oh no, they're calculating this. They're going to try to go for a boost and pick off this Raptor player. A lot of damage on the Naf, but ooh, Nitro, he's in good position as well. They've read this. Molotov in front hut. Furia, their attack has been stopped for the time being.
I mean, the defense is really struggling to actually slow this down. Furia just kept going back for more. Liquid was never able to coordinate it, and now a big advantage. Stewie coming in, a wild spray, and unfortunately it's just a scout up in heaven and almost a chance for Nav, but he's given away his position.
If he hit that no scope.
Yeah, that would have been a bit wild. That would have been too much.
A little too much. I think Nav, he's just gonna poke and prod, see if he can get lucky with another kill here, but all of a sudden Furia, they took control of this round. And Liquid, I mean, they were certainly postured to be able to punish that one. After that vent boost, when Naf just took damage, but Furia weren't able to find that opening, I thought, oh, the jig is up. That Molotov front hut, it's going to stop everything in its tracks. But the recovery here from Furia, just to get out into the site and force those trades no matter what, it prevailed for them this time around.
Alrighty. Got a game on our hands. Furia down 5, 6-11. How you feeling about your prediction? You were
Not good, Jason.
You said Furia? Okay.
Not good.
I'm feeling great right now.
You're feeling really good.
I'm comfy in this chair.
Yeah, no matter what, actually. Yeah, you're feeling good. I should have.
It's okay, you know.
Yeah, I'm learning.
We've all been there.
We've all been there.
We've all been in that same position. Door has been blown open, and Twist is going to walk right into a shot from Art's AK. Full investment for Liquid. Again, going for that boost over towards door. Nitro here's the footstep, and they spot one over. The spam isn't doing the damage, and Art steps up for more.
This is what we saw as well from Furia. Christine had mentioned it, just how much Art likes that squeaky side. He goes out there sometimes by himself, even with ops. But I actually like it. I think Furia is one of the few teams that actually goes out there and actually double boost the way they do, kind of look over the smoke. It will be interesting to see if you're Liquid, if you can kind of get that read. In some of the strats in Europe, you actually throw a molly on that CT side vent area, just to prevent that. In the beginning, get better positioning in the early at least. And they developed that too, because there used to be around this just a Furia around from Squeaky, but they actually double boost inside Squeaky instead. They kind of made this run even more aggressive, where they boost outside of Squeaky instead now. Absolutely absurd. Works out. Art gets 3.
I mean, listen, it's worked out this round. It might not work so much when the rifles are in hand. I think they even did it last round, but I don't think they saw anyone with it.
I mean, the counter here to that play, right, is obviously start shooting through the smoke or like just save your HEs a little bit. But I think I love the fact that because it is a very strong position, a lot of the CTs do play that hut, like on top of hut. And even if you molly early and then you go into that positioning, you're kind of forced, and like the vents help you a little bit in terms of like, you know, keep you covered. You're at least not going to take 100% damage. Gonna be the wallbang damage.
We got a Zeus on Stewie. He's going for a taser kill. The kind of content we all love to see. Go in the vents. Point the gun straight up. Can't think of anything worse than being tased between the legs.
Maybe we should do that while we feel.
Normally you gotta pay for that kind of fun. Stewie's providing it for free.
Quesarado.
Free to us.
Quesarado's gonna try to go for some farm here. Make that money. It'll be good for Furia if he's able to actually find all these frags, but Yuri, he already opens things up. Good recovery. Quesarado gets involved too. Gets one. And Stewie, he's in the vents. Waiting with this Zeus. Oh. Ambitious. But Quesarado cleans it up. 8-11.
Yeah, and it's another round where Furia have 5 members alive. We look at the money and it's great on the Furia side, and compare that to a Team Liquid. Because of the money management here, I feel like even this buy is a little bit cocky. Not the best of buys. I talk a lot about seat economy and even these buys like that. I mean, I feel like they're so cocky. I mean, it's very much still the potential of winning and stuff like that, but you're not really adding the odds in your favor. A lot of nades will be spent early here as well, just holding pushes. And then you're really hoping for Liquid to just have some nice individual performances, getting some entries. Leash is already down vent, so he's going to be very quick if you see the smoke wall from Furia. And it's about to come up here. And it's a fast one too, and you tend to just know the timing then for Leash. Like I said, he was already down there. That's a great one, but he's down in vents and he expects it. That's insane. Leash gets the 2.
That's the bomb as well.
Good comms on the Liquid side. Elige doing so much work in this round, and Stewie, he's already got this player flanked. Elige is going to push to the smoke, meet up with his mate here. Everything working out for Liquid in this round.
That's a crazy round. What? I don't know if it was communication. At least didn't seem like he was prepared for that guy coming down vents. Maybe he saw like an elbow at the last second.
Potentially.
Maybe it was communication. I have no idea.
I think it is communication, because here's the thing. If you pay attention, and we're not going to see too much in the replay, but the gap is presented here and the call is made. Liquid actually makes the call.
He was looking at the vent, just the wrong entrance.
And Liquid makes the call here. You see all the rotations. They say, we're going to fight outside. Liquid has 3 or 4 members here right off the bat. Elish obviously staying alive. That's great. Even if it doesn't from Art, from vents, Liquid has full control of the other bomb side. It's a little bit more of like a Vitality kind of play. Vitality default round. Maybe they watch some demos or not. But that's definitely something you would have seen Vitality do. Take the fight to you on the CT side even. Nice hold. Again, Elish, same spot here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Back away. Oh, Art's done it again. This time there's no communication, and this time he's got it. Man, we've actually seen Furia able to get that position over towards vent like pretty much every round in this half. That's got to be a little bit worrying if you're Elige and you're the one playing in those stairs.
Yeah, it's got to be so frustrating for him to turn around like that after all the pressure.
Just like, for the love of God, can somebody please guard vents for me?
But Naf, I mean, he's able to punish Art and get the opening here, but he just gets jiggled by Vinny, and he follows up even with another on Stewie. Vinny is popping off right now on this nuke, really enabling this comeback. He was the top fragger in the first half, and I think he's carried that through into the second half, and he has not stopped.
This has got to be a save call. You can't even blame Liquid at this point. What, they're going to drop down to a $1,900 losing bonus, so Elige will have some money to buy a weapon. Stewie should be okay to buy a weapon. Naf's going to be a little bit hindered, but they can have another decent buy in the next round to continue fighting if Liquid would like to go that route.
You mentioned it, Jason. It's been actually like 4 rounds in a row now where Furia has had that vent control, and not just down vents, it's also just a double boost up by the vents that we saw. And as you mentioned, Elige is supposed to be that rotate for lower, and he's supposed to be control, you know, of the vents area, but also lower. I think now we will see that swap, but like maybe he won't go underpass like very aggressively. I think that now we're at a time in, like we had mentioned, Art goes down vents again and again, and like he doesn't even take damage from that. So Liquid definitely have to find a reply to that. It's one thing if you just have, we say the same thing with my team, if just one guy goes down and you still have outside control and you still have ramp control, leave the guy, because he can't do much. You know, you still hear if he opens the door, you still hear if he breaks the window. Just have him there, because it doesn't really gain him anything. But then it's all about also, what is the reply from Liquid? If he's lower, you know, you see the smoke wall come in, maybe that's when you do see, we talk about the aggressive, like the lobby pushes and whatnot. Let's say, for example, we see the play as well coming into, you know, a flashbang outside, you don't see anyone, there's a lobby default, same thing there, you take ground control from outside then, and then you kind of try and kill Art from, you know, outside, you kind of become like a T in some degree. It's a lot of space, it's a lot of room as well for the CTs to do a bunch of cool shit on this map.
We've already seen them go a couple of things. That outside crunch a few rounds back was pretty nice. Liquid's gonna sit around out. They're gonna, you know, take a breather. Use these 2 rifles. They have some pistols around them and wait for a full, very strong buy. I would imagine this is because they want to be able to get an AWP on the field of play.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what I was talking about as well. If we pay attention to Furia's economy, it's great. So, like, we're not even talking, you know, like trying to reset the money here on the T side if you're Liquid. This is all about, like, hey, like, how do we salvage this round for ourselves? And, like, how do, you know, and at the end of the day, like, it always comes down to, we just need a full set of nades. We need full utility, we need a full buy. It's a nice play there from Art, but this is falling apart, actually, for Furia. And this is a nice timing from Nitro too. Oh my god, they're gonna end up losing this round.
Uh-oh.
And what was just a scrappy little save round. On to the next. Turned into a 1-on-3 for Henny. Has the bomb. But in a real bad spot here.
Oh, well, hot damn.
This round was a little bit everywhere, and good trades coming out of Liquid. I mean, that initial spray from Yuri, I'm sure he wants a replay at this round, a re-LO3, because...
do-over, please.
A do-over, please, dear God, because Crouch spraying through that smoke, I mean, he kind of lost track of Elige, but Elige is tracking. I mean, we always talk about how deadly he is. He just opens up the round there, and everything falls apart for Furia. They're going to wish they could take that one back, because they were certainly postured for this comeback. That op, we talked about it. It's on the back of Naf here now. He's going to be starting to look for some picks towards this outside. And this time around, Elige, he does not want to give this vents up to Art.
Yeah, he might just be able to counterplay him here. It's happened 2 or 3 times to Elige, and now he's just sat waiting, especially with the communication. There's Nitro dropping it. Art still wins the battle, but Nitro picks up the slack. That smoke is probably not as deep as Nitro would like, but I think it's still going to hold Furia away from pushing in. Twist is pretty vulnerable, alone in the upper bomb site.
Yeah, everyone's left him, and the closest member to him is actually probably Naf, so he decides to retake into lobby alone, which is definitely the good call.
Well, Stewie's going to win that fight outside. Thin the herd. Twist waiting for a chance to pounce. Ooh, that's the bomb down. Twist is going to be able to find one for free. Yuri is trying to cover Heaven, and they now know where the last player is. This is the opportunity for Furia disappeared oh so quickly.
This was such a good reactions coming out of Liquid on their CT side. All the pieces moving in the right places at the right time. All the movements, all the rotations. And that, once again, it comes down to the communications. We saw the glimpse of that, all those comms earlier on when we saw Elige adjusting really quick down that secret to that vent. So definitely, once again, Liquid looking really strong on their adjustments mid-round.
Yeah, and if we pay attention here as well, Art gets the kill on the Elige down in events, but you see the focus on Liquid is just like, hey, we have to manage Art. Nitro drops down in event at the same time. This is when, like, Furia, yeah, they're down. This is where the timer really comes in handy, because now you want to talk about what's going on, right? Like, where is the focus from Liquid? The focus from Liquid is obviously, like, make sure the vent is clear. Let's make sure they don't go downstairs. This is a round for Furia if you want to do, like, a little bit crazy with it. You can, for example, do a fake. You do the smoke wall, you go down, but then you do an answer run, you go up from vents. Or, for example, you do a quick main split here. You know that the focus a lot is towards that squeaky area if you're Liquid. There's a lot of options here. That's what we talk about, stringing rounds together. It's not just about the current round you're playing, it's all about also, it's a game of chess. You know, when they're calling a timeout, there's a lot of communication coming in from the Liquid side too, of like, oh, what has worked, you know, watch out for this, watch out for that. And then for Furia, this is why you set up all these rounds. This is why you have Art being a nuisance in that squeaky. It's for additional plays. But it's a very slow round, looking to be an inner site again, and they just walk out of squeaky because of the pressure Art has put throughout this half. And trade game is on, but it's a 3-on-2 in favor of Liquid. Again, it's a low buy, I was going to say. It's a full buy from Furia, but they didn't have a lot of nades, so they basically decided to just walk out of squeaky.
Whoa, Elige! He's able to get the one, and all of a sudden this is a 1 versus 2 for Henny. He's done some amazing work in the past, but right now Liquid seem to be on a whole nother level if Elige is making plays like that. So Henny's got a lot on his plate. He knows that one player, Stewie, was just here, and he's trying to sniff him out. But Stewie just goes for more, pushes through the hut, and this was... Man, every player on Liquid are making the right moves and the impressive moves. Dude, like Elige, what the hell, man?
He's taking that Marvel sponsorship very seriously with the superhero drop. This is so ridiculous.
That's the same as a retake you see as well. Like Elige, very smart there. Loads up the smoke for the molly, and then after CT spawn, throws the flashbang. It's a great little pop flash. It's the same flash you throw when you do that retake on the pistol that Liquid won. When you had 3 up.
Well, and also probably hearing that smoke diffuse the Molotov causes everyone to turn and look towards Heaven, which is explosive to the flashbang. Yeah.
But yeah, this is map and match point for Liquid, and they have 6 of those. It's 15-9. It's a main split coming in from Furia here. Pistol round. This is what I asked for the previous round. They get the man advantage. It's a 4-on-3, but Furia, we talk about the Liquid rotation. They already have 2 on the bomb slot here. This is when Furia can kind of quiet it down. This is super smart play as well from Furia. They just go down vents instead. Gets the bomb down lower. I think actually if you're Liquid, you can go for it if you want. They have the money for it, but this can also be a very fast save call. You have a lot of rounds to work with. There's no point in just throwing these weapons away.
Yeah, I think this is actually, it's probably the right call. It's a lot less exciting,
obviously. It's the best call. I mean, yeah, by far it's
the worst thing you could do now if you're Team Liquid is give up so much money that you'll just get reset in the next round, and then all of a sudden Fury is able to close the gap. So this is just a round where they got out-positioned, and while there's probably a decent chance they could have still won it with all their rifles, it's just the risk isn't quite there. The risk-reward.
Risk versus reward.
No, and especially even with Furia full weapons, Liquid has had the upper hand there, so would be different if you are on the struggle bus and it is a comeback essentially and you want to go for it, but you are in the lead here, 5 more rounds. It's a good round from Furia though. It's what like I said, it's what I asked for a main split. If we look at the focus that's been in, there's been a lot of squeaky focus, a lot of just go down focus. You kind of break that momentum a little bit and you showcase, hey, we can also like do these main splits, we can also go underneath heaven. Same thing here, this round as well, where we talk about stringing rounds together. You can do the same thing, you can do a smoke wall outside, send, for example, art down by staircase there, and go for ramp room, for example, just to kind of kill off the rotations. This is what I'm talking about. It's super common in Europe as well. You double molly, you just throw a molly down in vents for like the eco plays and the HG, just for rounds like these, and especially versus a team like Furia. It's a very quick round for lower. It's a smoke wall outside. And what a shutdown. Complete shutdown for Liquid. It's gonna be game here. Unless
game,
Yuri
set, and match.
Yeah, unless Yuri gets a 1-on-5. I doubt it. Bombs down lower also. Dominant showing from Liquid.
Man, both maps were great for Liquid.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect them to see them coming in swinging like this today.
And I mean, immediate responses too, right? I mean, even into this round. I mean, just the Molotov Robin just illustrated it perfectly. Exactly the win conditions, and Liquid identifying that mid-round, mid-call, and just sticking to their win conditions. That's the Liquid I like to see.
Well, you look at this too. Even in a 5 versus 1 or 4 versus 1, they're not giving them anything. Look at how patient and how like just fundamental they're playing this. No one's trying to push and get that final kill, and it's a small detail, but man, they're not giving them any room to work with. 16-10 for Team Liquid on Nuke. That's a nice quick 2-0 victory for the North American side, and that means Furia will be eliminated here at CS Summit 6. Liquid's going to move on to the playoffs. Boom.
Yeah, Jason, how do you feel about that? Your boys.
I feel great. That's gotten me, it's revitalized me.
Oh, okay.
We have a smoothie on the way. We've got Liquid with a nice victory, and we've got a break coming up. So we'll be right back and we'll dissect everything. We'll discuss it all. We're just going to let it digest for a moment, and we'll see you soon.